The journey began on a fog-washed morning, the kind that made the world feel quiet and slow, as if inviting anyone who stepped outside to listen a little deeper. Maya tightened the straps of her worn backpack, feeling the weight of everything she had been carrying, some of it physical, most of it emotional. She had been on the road for 7 months now, moving from place to place with no destination she could confidently name. It wasn't running away, she often told herself. It was more like searching for a place where the broken pieces of her life could finally settle. Her last stop had been a small coastal town, where she took temporary work at a local cafe. It had been peaceful, but peace sometimes felt like a reminder of the turbulence inside her. So when the cafe closed for the season, Maya packed up again and caught a bus heading north. She did not know then that this final stretch of her wandering would become the journey that ended with grace. The bus rumbled along mountain curves, past sleepy villages, golden fields, and streams that glimmered like ribbons of glass. Maya rested her forehead against the cool window, letting the rhythm of the road soothe her. But as the bus climbed toward higher ground, it suddenly jerked, groaned, and sputtered to a halt. The driver announced that the engine had overheated and that it would take hours before help arrived. Passengers spilled out, some annoyed, some anxious, some indifferent. Maya stepped onto the gravel roadside, inhaling the crisp mountain air. Snow dusted the peaks in the distance. The road wound forward endlessly, and for a moment, she felt an impulse to continue on foot, to simply keep moving in the only direction available. That was when she noticed the old man sitting alone on a large stone near the edge of the forest, his small duffel bag by his side. His clothes were neat but faded, his posture straight yet somehow fragile. Most passengers kept their distance, but something about him tugged at Maya's attention, a quietness that mirrored her own. "Do you mind if I sit here?" she asked. He looked up and smiled warmly. "Not at all. Please, take a seat." She sat beside him, grateful for the break from the restless crowd. For a while, they watched the trees sway in the wind, silent but not uncomfortable. "Traveling far?" he asked gently. "Not sure," Maya admitted. "Just going." He nodded, as if he understood all too well. Sometimes the direction matters less than the willingness to keep moving. His words struck her unexpectedly. She turned to him. "Where are you headed?" "To Evergreen Village," he said. "It's a few miles ahead, past those hills. I'm visiting someone important." Maya followed his gaze, seeing nothing but wilderness. "Isn't that far to walk?" "Perhaps," he said, "but I've walked farther for less important reasons." There was conviction in his tone, not stubbornness, but purpose. Before she realized she was speaking, Maya said, "I can walk with you. At least part of the way. We're stuck here for a few hours anyway." The man bowed his head slightly. "Your company would be most welcome." They left the confused crowd behind and followed a narrow dirt path veering off the main road. Pine needles softened their footsteps. Birds flitted between branches. The scent of damp earth filled the air. "I'm Maya," she said as they walked. "Leonard," he replied. Their pace was slow but steady. Maya found herself relaxing, her worries quieting in the calm presence of her companion. After nearly half an hour, Maya asked, "Who are you visiting?" Leonard hesitated, his eyes tracing the path ahead. "My daughter." "That sounds nice," Maya said lightly. "It is," Leonard answered, though the tremor in his voice said otherwise. "I haven't seen her in 12 years. The confession settled heavily in the air. Maya slowed a little. "Why so long?" Leonard took a deep breath. "Because I hurt her. More deeply than I ever intended. And I didn't have the courage to face what I had done." The forest dimmed as clouds passed overhead. Maya waited, sensing he needed space to continue. "She lost her mother, my wife, far earlier in life than she should have. Grief changes a person, and I didn't handle it well. I closed myself off. Became bitter. Angry. My daughter tried to reach me, but I was too consumed by the darkness to see that she needed me. Eventually, she left. And I let her go." He paused, his eyes glistening. "Years passed. I woke one morning and realized I was old, alone, and still carrying the weight of my mistakes. That day, I decided I wanted to make things right. Even if she never forgave me, I needed her to know I hadn't forgotten her. That I loved her. Maya felt the sting of tears building. What made you decide to go now? A letter, he whispered. She sent it a month ago. It was only a few lines, but she said she was willing to talk. That was more than I deserved. Maya touched his arm gently. I think she wants you back in her life. Perhaps, he said softly. Or perhaps she only wants closure. But either way, I must go. They continued walking, their silence now a quiet companionship built on shared vulnerabilities. It occurred to Maya that she, too, had someone she had left behind, someone who had tried to stay by her side when things fell apart, someone whose calls she had stopped answering because she felt too burdened by guilt and pain. Her older sister, Alina. Maya had lost her job, then her home, then her confidence, one piece at a time. Alina had tried to support her, but Maya felt like a failure, like her presence only added weight to her sister's already difficult life. So she walked away. And kept walking. Now, seeing Leonard's courage made Maya question her own choices. They reached a clearing where the sun broke through the gray clouds, illuminating a small wooden bridge stretching over a shallow stream. The sound of rushing water was soothing. Let's rest, Leonard said, moving toward a fallen log. Maya sat beside him, watching the water glide around smooth stones. You remind me of her, Leonard said suddenly. Your daughter. He nodded. She always had a tender heart. Strong but gentle. Brave, even when she didn't feel like it. Maya felt warmth and ache mix in her chest. What was her name, she asked. Leonard's eyes softened. Grace. The air shifted. Something inside Maya stirred. That's a beautiful name, she whispered. She lived up to it, Leonard said. Even when I did not. Maya looked at the reflection of the sky rippling in the water. Do you think people always deserve forgiveness? Leonard thought for a long moment. No. Not always. But I think people deserve the chance to change. And forgiveness, sometimes that's more for the one offering it than receiving it. Maya absorbed his words. She didn't know if she deserved forgiveness either, from Alina, from herself, but maybe she did deserve the chance to heal. After resting, they continued walking. The path eventually widened, revealing a small sign indicating Evergreen Village was only 1 mile ahead. Leonard exhaled shakily. Feels real now. Are you nervous? Maya asked. Terrified, he admitted. But hope can be frightening, too. They approached the edge of the village as the sky turned dusky purple. Cozy cabins lined the road. Children's laughter drifted through the air. Smoke rose from chimneys, carrying the scent of pine and warmth. My daughter lives just down that street, Leonard said, pointing toward a narrow lane lined with lanterns. Maya stopped walking. This is where I leave you. Leonard turned to her. Maya, thank you. I couldn't have made this walk alone. You did make it, she said. I just walked with you. He placed a gentle hand over hers. Sometimes that's all someone needs. She squeezed his hand. I hope it goes well. So do I. His smile trembled. And I hope you find the place your heart is searching for. Maya watched him walk toward a small blue house with white shutters. A woman stepped onto the porch, her posture stiff, uncertain. Leonard paused, then lifted a hesitant hand. The woman, Grace, took one small step forward, then another. And then she ran to him. Maya's breath caught as she watched the embrace, a raw and beautiful moment that transcended the years of pain between them. When they finally separated, Grace looked toward Maya, as if sensing her presence. She gave a small, grateful nod. Maya returned it before turning away. She walked back to the main road, the sky deepening into night, stars blooming across the darkness. The world felt bigger than her pain now, and for the first time in a long time, she didn't feel lost, just beginning. As she reached the roadside where the bus had broken down, she saw it was already repaired, passengers boarding once again. But Maya didn't move toward it. Instead, she took out her phone, hesitating only a second before dialing the number she had avoided for months. It rang once. Twice. Then a voice she had missed answered, breathless and worried. Maya. Is that you? Tears filled her eyes, but her voice was steady. Hi, Alina. I'm coming home. If that's okay. A soft sob came through the line. It's more than okay. Just, come back. Maya closed her eyes, feeling a warmth unlike anything she had felt in months. I'm on my way. And with the first real smile she had allowed herself in a very long time, she began walking, not away this time, but toward something waiting for her. Toward forgiveness. Toward healing. Toward grace.